one of our people is not here and we don't know what's happened to him. We're hoping it's not nerves and we're hoping he's safe. And so we're going to leave the chair. Would you agree? That can be our piece of art. So I'm Gretel, and here we have...
Christine Kim from Ravenswood School for Girls.
Ella Stevens from Loretto Kirribilli.
I'm Sammy Lizotte from Terrigal High School.
I'm Angus Hardwick from Knox Grammar School.
I'm Thomas Kelly from Trinity Catholic College, Auburn.
You're all free now, free, away from school. Have we got any students here? Currently doing the HSC? Oh, yes, you're out of the house. Well done, well done. So, let's start. Has everybody seen the exhibition? All right. We're going to ask each of you to connect with what it is that you've done. Now, yours is a bizarre one, isn't it, Christine? Because yours raises the question, or you raised it yourself, of who actually is an artist. So could you just explain that?
Mine's an odd one. It's called Technical Questions and Inquiry of Authenticity. And you might have seen it down there, but it's the one with the drawing machines, with the charcoal drawings.
What you actually did was construct little creatures and then gave them the ability to draw.
And they draw instead of me, so I can't touch the paper at all.
Where did that idea come from? What was the evolution of it?
It came when I was in a physics class one day, because I did 2 units of physics during my HSC year, and we were pulling apart broken computers. And I showed my art teacher bits and pieces from a broken computer and showed her the fan, just the basic kind of LED light bulbs that light up inside the computer, just really basic parts. And she came up with the idea that I should create drawing robots, which scared me at first, because I didn't know what on earth she was talking about, but it worked, it happened.
So Ella, I remember with yours, the fundamental material is torn posters.
Torn posters, that's right.
Okay, so these are all the bill posters will be prosecuted.
Yes, the ones that the council come tear down, that's the ones.
And you and your dad went and stole them.
We stole them. It was very scandalous.
Interesting legal issue. If you steal something that was illegal in the first place, I wonder if there actually is a punishment for that. So
knows?
Set the scene. You're walking past all of these torn posters and you thought, that's a good major work.
Could be a good base, I thought, working with, because they had such interesting textures, I did collage. I went on the internet and I collected a range of images which were derived on the basis of terror and beauty. So I used these 2 ideas to juxtapose each other. So I chose different images. So I layered them, and then I also used paint application as well as the collage. The billboard posters that I actually collected, there was a Foo Fighters poster advertisement, and it was a massive grenade, and I thought, hey, maybe I could use this, because it was such a potent image, and I thought it would make a good impression on my work. So I said, how can I use this? So I thought, how can I relate that to what's happening in the world right now? So I thought, with the overload of war and, narcissism and beauty, which is of main concern to people these days, I thought I might as well use those 2 together.
Great, it's great. All of your works are fantastic. And congratulations on being in this exhibition, by the way. It's a massive achievement. And your piece of art, can you explain it to us?
Mine is a series of 7 photographs. From the beginning, I really wanted to do something on children. So I took a lot of inspiration from the German artist Loretta Lux. And she photographs children. Her images are quite surreal. And she makes the children look like porcelain dolls. And they're just alone and isolated. So that's where I drew a lot of my ideas from.
And are hers painted image or photographs?
Photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my work is about isolation and taking the child away from the stereotypical comfort and warmth of a family and placing them into landscapes and places where the audience questions why they're there, why are they alone, and yeah.
Excuse me. Welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So why are you late?
The trains ran late.
Where did you come from?
Liverpool.
All right, that's a good excuse.
Cool.
No, I'm glad you could join us because we had a certain balance, and without you, Your absence was resonating, so welcome. Angus, describe your work.
Okay, my work kind of looked at the remnants and the left behind of nature, and I suppose it's and how some of these life systems and these remnants, these leftovers, allude to other things, and what was there. Sure, there's a bird poo there, but how did that happen? And that's a really crude example, but sap, coming down a tree, going right, what's the process behind that, and what's the paths and processes, and it kind of reflected that. I kind of went all out, and I didn't really focus on one area of practice. I did photos, I made some Polaroids, I made some books where I did some ink experiments and printing. I even, did my hand at a bit of sewing and stitching, and the processes of nature as a greater sense. So, in a really abstract way. So if you take it all as like a general sweeping statement, nature has a path, there's a process. The moss grows on a rock. That kind of process of nature living and being, and how it leaves marks behind. And so I looked, so mosses, ivy, ivy on a wall. When you pull the ivy off, as you'll see on many suburban walls, you can see the mark prints left, and it, leaves those gritty marks. And that, something was there, and it's talking, maybe not talking about, but it focuses on that something that was there, and perhaps bringing it to the fore because we don't really look at them.
Now, Tom, I have seen on your interview that appears on the website. Now, you can find these guys being interviewed in it's called peer-to-peer, is that right? Mm-hmm. So fellow students have interviewed these guys. You can find them on the website. It's not that complicated, but you always get your kids to help you find it. But Tom, you say in yours that you always thought you would get in ARTEXPRESS.
Yeah. Do you want me to expand on that?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. I saw previous works at ARTEXPRESS and I thought, pretty much, simply, I can do better. I can equal that. I can make something that's quite... Because I did digital media, I was looking at digital media works. I thought I can make something that's really visually stimulating and possibly equal or possibly better than these works because they're getting selected. Why wouldn't mine?
So tell everybody, what is digital media?
Digital media, that's a very broad sort of thing. Pretty much anything using computers, can be video, can be images that I've done, things like that. My work is Jigsaw Falling into Place. It tells a story of a future world not probably too dissimilar to our own. It's pretty much a science fiction film, but as an artwork, it shows a progressive narrative through time. So there's 3 plates, and each plate shows a different point in time in this future world. So it starts off with this time, and it's a bit chaotic. It's not that looks quite similar to our world. It incorporates pictures that were taken from the present, so it's very. You can associate it with it, but it's quite different. So it doesn't look like our world. It looks almost unreal, almost like a comic. And we get to the second one where it's a bit darker, and we get the third one where it's even darker, and it shows the progression of time of if we can keep on continuing like we are, this could happen to us, and that was what I pretty much wanted to create, a progressive narrative.
Do you see that the future is darker, or was this just something that you wanted to play with in your mind?
Definitely darker.
Do you?
Influences, well, when you read the news, it's not that great. My uncle said not to make any political statements, but I'm sorry that question is going to make it a bit difficult not to make any political statements. But yes, there are problems in this world, and it's difficult to find hope. You cannot keep on saying, yes we can, and just believe in those words without actually realising the situation of our world, which, frankly, isn't the brightest place.
But so yours is a far more political piece, and yours, Lewis, in there.
Hello.
Hello, Lewis. Welcome. Now, yours is a sculpture. So as we can see, all different art forms are represented in ARTEXPRESS. Yours is defined as a sculpture, but it's not necessarily something we'd immediately think of. No, it's not a Henry Moore. Go on. Describe.
The sculpture is the primary piece of the work, but it's mixed media as well.
You must explain to everybody what mixed media means.
Mixed media is just any other medium you can use to include in your work, but primarily it is a sculpture, meaning the separate sections of it are drawn in to the sculpture, which, no, it isn't.
So, for example, you've got a physical sculpture, you've got sketches, and you've
drawings and a video.
And a video of that, okay. And you're allowed to submit all of those. And do the judges judge them together?
Yes, I
Okay,
hope so.
they don't see your sculpture in isolation.
No, it wouldn't work if it was separate.
Okay.
All the pieces have to be together for the sculpture to make sense.
All right. Now, the background to your sculpture is fascinating. You had a devastating family experience in losing your dad.
Yes, my father died, and that was a major contribution
Yes,
to my
I'm
work.
sorry to hear that. But
It's okay.
a beautiful piece of art.
Do you like this jacket? It's his.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So you were in a situation of great turmoil and having to come up with a piece of art
Yes.
for the HSC where you can either go off the top of your head or look inside yourself. And your dad left you something that triggered this entire piece, didn't he?
Yes, my father was an electrician. So in his will, when he passed away, he left me everything in his garage, which was honestly a pile of junk. Everything was broken. I didn't know what to do with it.
There was no car in there?
No, we have no car.
So it was just electrical bits and pieces, was
Yes,
it?
everywhere. So
Why did he leave that to you?
because
Did he think that
I'm
were they precious to him?
yes,
Okay.
and I'm supposed to be the man of the house now, so I have to take care of all that stuff. I didn't think at first to make something out of the junk he left me, but eventually it came to me. Previously, I worked a lot with mixed media, mostly on board, but I decided to go further and make a sculpture. And then with this sculpture, it's supposed to be a mixed media sculpture, but I decided to make a contraption, kind of, if that's the word, a machine.
Yeah.
So I made a sculpture that worked out of these electrical parts.
Have you got any background in this sort of thing?
Just what my father taught me.
What does it represent?
My childhood, like creation. Creation is very important in this. Creating something out of what you have been left with that stems all the way back to your childhood and can lead into the future. So with his death, I looked back into my childhood, everything that was there. That's why, and your timeline, your past can be fragmented over time. So when you look at my piece, it's also very fragmented. Things are exaggerated, some are diminished. So with this sculpture, I create something out of what was left me.
So the journey for all of you was completely different, wasn't it? Now the big question in my mind, and I would imagine some of the people here in the audience, is who wants to continue with art? I mean, this is a major achievement. You don't get higher than being in ARTEXPRESS in this state. So now, Christine, are studying commerce.
Sorry. Commerce arts at Sydney Uni.
But not art. Commerce arts.
Commerce arts, not fine arts.
Okay, Ella, what about you?
This year I'm studying international events and leisure, and no, I'm not doing fine arts, but I have been involved in art like my whole life. I've always loved to be creative since a little girl, but when I finish, I hope to take my career in the design or arts area, but yeah, I'm not the... I don't want to paint or anything. I'd love to be organise things and promote people, even artists, whoever, that sort of thing.
Great. So still an association.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Sammy?
I want to do photography, but not... I suppose it is a form of art. I want to do fashion photography and makeup.
And you're about to start studying makeup, aren't you? Which, of
Yeah.
course, is an art form in itself.
Yeah.
And what's your plan? Are you going to uni?
Yep, I'm studying architecture at New South Wales, and I guess I'll follow that through because I'm...
Okay, and you're going to try and keep up with the other artwork?
Well, I guess maybe, yeah. I don't think I'll tell anyone, but I'll keep...
Okay,
nibbling.
it's a vault, okay? Nobody tell anyone. What about you, Tom? Are you going to uni now?
This is going to sound rather stereotypical, but fine arts and politics at New South Wales, so...
It is not stereotypical. Now, detail, what's that mean? What do you come out with at the end of it?
A fine arts degree and a Bachelor of Arts in Politics. So hopefully I'll rather sell all my values and my soul and become a Holloman, preferably.
Okay, good. Fair enough. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, just as I know it does seem like that at 18 or 19, but it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And Lewis, what about you? What's the plan? You going to keep with your art?
There's no plan. I'm traveling for the next year or so. We're going overseas, me, my mother, and my sister, to somewhere, just so she can get away because last year has been stressful for us.
Where's Mum from?
Chile, South America.
Okay, so you're going to head to South America perhaps?
And then London, probably.
Fantastic. Are you going to be taking a sketchbook or a video camera? Or?
I'll definitely keep up with art, just for fun. I don't care if it gets me anywhere. Just do it.
Okay, so you can't think further than the next year and a bit?
Nope.
What a fantastic thing to be finishing the HSC with, going with the family. That sounds great. I would like to congratulate all of you. I know that the HSC feels a long time ago, but you all seem to be on your path, so good on you. And thank you for sharing this, because I know it's not easy in front of a bunch of strangers. Best of luck, and we will all invest in your art in the future. Thank you.